worth, I'm proud of you. You did the right thing.
Edmund, you don't know that. I might have ruined things for Brooke.
I don't believe that. Okay? Besides, it's too late to second-guess yourself. Tad's on his way to Kiev right now. Dimitri, you don't want to do that.
Edmund, Brooke trusted me, and I gave that trust away. Now, at least let me warn her that Tad is coming.
Okay, you have fun at the park, and you mind tomorrow.
Jamie, a good boy. Never any trouble.
Hey, why aren't you coming, Mommy?
Well, I'll be there in a little while. First, I have to write a very important letter.
To Daddy?
Yes, to Daddy. I'm going to send him all your love.
How can you send love in a letter?
Well, you know those little X's and O's that you put at the end of the letter? The X's are kisses, and the O's are hugs.
Here's an X.
Oh.
And an O. Okay. For Daddy.
Okay.
Come along, Jamie.
All right, so I'll meet you at the carousel in an hour, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You don't have to hold my hand. I'm not a little kid.
Mind if I come in?
Of course. Please. Listen, you just missed Jamie. I could run down to the lobby and get him.
No. I think it's better if Jamie's not here right now for a minute. I think you and I need... I just think you and I need to talk.
Of course. You obviously have a lot of questions. Did Dimitri tell you? Well, of course he's... God, I'm happy to see you. Oh, you feel like home. Well, I missed you, you know. So did Jamie.
Yeah. I watched him walk down the hall. You know, he's absolutely right. He's not a kid anymore. Then I guess, we're all showing our age a little bit lately. I gotta hand it to you. This is a nice place. So did Dimitri see to it? You have everything that you need?
Not everything. Listen, I have a lot I want to tell you. I wanted to talk to you before I left. To explain to you why I left, you know, to make you understand.
Yeah. I know. Is that the letter you were gonna write? The important one? Dear Tad, I'm sorry. Don't worry. I'm fine. You'll never see your son again.
I wish that things could have been different. But you're here now. He's going to be so happy to see you. How long can you stay?
I'm not staying. I'm here to take you back. Both of you. We're going home, Brooke. Now.
Dimitri, I'm not going to let you blow it by calling Brooke.
Edmund, I already blew it. When I took Tad's son away, when I helped Brooke escape, just like I took Maddie away from you.
Well, then learn from it, okay? Learn from it. Bad things happen when you try to play God.
I should never have urged her to leave the country. It was cruel, it was selfish.
All right. Well, maybe if Tad finds her in time, the damage can be undone.
Leaving Pine Valley was hell for Brooke. Tad is going to remind her of that hell when I was trying to keep her safe.
It's her future. It's in her hands. Just let it go. Now, look, If Tad can't convince her to come home, at least he got a chance to say goodbye to his son.
And what if he does convince Brooke to come home? What then? What'll be waiting for her? Prison time for fleeing jurisdiction? A jury which will see an admission of guilt in her fleeing the country?
The jury doesn't even know she's gone. Don't you remember Tad cooked up that cover story? Brooke's in quarantine in Pine Valley Hospital? So we gotta do two things. We gotta stall for time. And we gotta pray to God Jackson Montgomery doesn't get suspicious.
I'm sorry, I'm not up on the latest chapter of the Brooke Chronicles.
She's major headlines, Erica.
Well, sorry, but not to me. I mean, to me, she's just a footnote at best. And our paths hardly ever cross. And when they do, I cross the street. I mean, come on, Jack. I mean, who is more deadly dull on this whole planet than Brooke English? I mean, I've seen doorknobs with more sparkle.
What about Dimitri? What does Dimitri have to do with this reported illness of Brooke's?
Brooke's ill?
Yes. Supposedly, she has a very rare form of pneumonia. Joe Martin has her quarantined, in fact. Medical personnel and immediate family only. Now, are you following what I'm saying here? The name Dimitri Marick did not make it to the visitors' roster. So what part is he playing in this little medical drama?
Dimitri and Brooke have become very close.
Really? Close enough to conspire to commit fraud together?
How would I know?
You know, I'm starting to connect the dots, and I don't like the picture that's emerging here. Joe and Tad Martin get up in court, and they say that Brooke is too ill to be there in that courtroom when it reconvenes. Now, if that's true, I wish her a speedy recovery. If it's not true, that means that Brooke and Tad and Joe and whoever else is involved in this are in hot water up to their eyebrows. I want you to think very carefully about the consequences here. Now, what if your friends go down the tubes? Anybody who might know anything, including you, might just go down those tubes with them. And seeing as you're a convicted felon, the judge may look a little harshly on that kind of thing. So now tell me, is saving your ex worth the chance of going back to jail? Don't know why I even have that thing put in. Yeah, hello. Hi, Keith. Yeah, listen, you've already done that thing, right? All right, good. So things are rolling. All right, look, there's a new wrinkle in this little thing, a wrinkle called Dimitri Marick. I want you to get over here as fast as you can, all right? Good, thank you. Now, if you'd like to talk to me about this.
Jack, I'm sorry. I just remembered I have an appointment. I'm already late. I'll see you, Jack.
Do that. Do not leave.
Jamie and I can't go with you. We can never go home. I took steps that can't be retracted.
Yes, they can. Plane's there, it's sitting, it's waiting. All you've got to do is get on it.
Oh, yeah, sure. And be met by the state police when I arrive at the Pine Valley Airport and have my son watch his mother being handcuffed and dragged off to prison.
There won't be any police at the airport.
Tad, I'm a fugitive. I jumped bail to escape being tried for murder. I can't imagine that the whole state isn't out looking for me.
No one's looking for you. You're not missing. You're still back in Pine Valley.
What are you talking about?
You're in the hospital. I took you there myself after I found you passed out on your living room floor. Word is you've got a strain of pneumonia, and you're very contagious, and they've got you under quarantine. The only people who can see you are my father and Jake. Judge Foster has granted a stay of the trial until such a time as they can prescribe a proper course of medication.
My God. Tad, what have you done?
Whatever I had to. And it's not just me. It's my father, Jake. They both put their career on the line for you. Kelsey's involved in this, too. While you're living high on the hog on room service, she's sucking down lime jello, keeping your hospital bed warm. So you see, basically, my whole family has risked everything just to give me enough time so I could find you and bring you back. And that is exactly what I'm going to do. If we leave now, that judge and jury will never know you've left.
You did all this for... You risked everything for me? Why did you do that?
Because we love you. Because your family, because a life on the run, in exile, jumping from one country to another, is no life at all, for you or for Jamie. Because the woman I married never ran away from anything in her entire life, and because you don't belong here, you belong at home. In Pine Valley, where people care about you.
What do you want me to do? I didn't ask you to fly halfway around the world to rescue me.
No, that's right. You didn't ask me for anything. You just packed your bags and left. Hell, I didn't even rate a goodbye.
I told you there was no time.
Yeah, well, I bet there was plenty of time for a really juicy farewell to Dimitri, wasn't there? Yeah, after all, he's the one that you turned to for help, isn't he? He's the one that set you up in this velvet cage. Make no mistake, you stay here for the rest of your life, you are living behind bars. You won't see them, but they're there. On the other hand, freedom, real freedom, your freedom is still an option. And if I were you, I'd grab onto it with both hands while I still can. If we're lucky, we can have Jamie back in Pine Valley in time to tuck him into bed. His bed in his home.
I can't go with you. And you can't make me.
You're right, I can't. But I'm sure as hell not going home empty-handed. You want to live out your days in a place like this, you go right ahead, it's your funeral. But Jamie's coming home with me.
You can't take Jamie. You can't take my son away from me.
Why the hell not? You did it to me. You stole my son without so much as a word. Do you have any idea what that feels like?
I did what I had to do.
I'm doing what I have to do. Whatever it takes. What the hell is wrong with you? It's like I don't even know you anymore. This isn't you. It's got Dimitri's greasy signature all over it. And obviously neither one of you gave a moment to think about what kind of life our son could have in a place like this. He doesn't belong here. Whatever history is here is not his. What's he going to learn in school, Brooke? That his father is the tool of the capitalist machine? How's he going to fit in? What holidays is he going to celebrate? Huh? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure the sausage festival, whatever the hell they have around this place, is a real kicker, a real barrel full of monkeys. But my son's life, the only life he has ever known, consists of the 4th of July and Halloween and Thanksgiving. That's what's familiar to him. Picnics at Willow Lake, Hat Day at the stadium with his old men, and that's what he's going to have. That is what my son's going to have. What's familiar? Family. A place where all that's good is handed down and all that's bad is forgiven because you are part of a family. Family's what Jamie needs, Brooke. Not growing up in a place like this. Not growing up with fear.
Do you want to know what fear is? Fear is my son saying to me that if I'm convicted, he's going to go to prison with me. My son. And thanks to the press, barring some miracle, I am probably going to be convicted. And that little boy, bless his heart. He just wants to protect me. But he's too little. It's not his job. And I don't say that this is a perfect life. How could it be? How could it be? But it's the best I can offer. And at least he's not waking up in the night screaming because he's having nightmares. He's young. He'll adjust.
He'll forget. Forget me. I'll be nothing but some stranger in a fading photograph holding his hand.
No. I'm never going to let him forget you. It would never prevent you from seeing your son. But taking that little boy away from me, that is not an option.